All right, folks. High risk, high return portfolio now up 299% year to date. That is 11 times greater than the performance of the S&P 500. Once again, high risk, high return portfolio now up 299.13% year to date, 11 times greater than the return of the S&P 500. Turning every $100,000 into $399,130 in just 10 months. Top performing position over the past 10 months, ETHE, 242.92% gain. I think that's a good return for 2021. Wait until you see what it does in 2022 and more importantly, the next decade. ETHE, folks, is very similar to MSFT in the early days. Okay, so I think you're going to see a very similar return at the early stages of buying Microsoft, okay, back 40 years ago, that you're going to see with ETHE today. Okay, and if you know your numbers in the stock market, that might get you a little excited. I'll tell you, it does for me. Okay, even if you go 5 years into Microsoft, 6 years even into Microsoft being publicly traded, folks, and you look at its return to this point today, it's generated north of 2,000,000% in return. Number one reason why Bill Gates is in the top 10 richest people in the world. All right, time it took to follow our 290% ROI portfolio in 2021. 20 minutes, folks. That's it. Seriously. Say goodbye to staring at your computer or your cell phone all day to get good results in the market. Our clients spent less than 20 minutes replicating our trades this year. All right, so how many changes have we made to this portfolio to achieve these returns using simple ETFs, guys? Literally, we've only had 6 changes. It's taken our clients less than 20 minutes to replicate those changes. Real simple. All right, seriously, our savvy investors have spent no more than 20 minutes to achieve these results. You won't need to be staring at your computer or your phone all day. My goal is to make you money with this portfolio during your one-time free trial. This is how we've brought in more than 1,000 clients to our client base. Now, we're not a massive investment bank like JP Morgan, so we actually limit the number of investors we work with each day. So there's only 3 spots available to you as the investor each day. Okay, we're a boutique financial services firm, folks. We do not want to become JP Morgan. Okay, and I want to be extremely open and honest about that. Okay, before the webinar is over today, we're going to give you all, okay, 3 $15,000 discounts to the first 3 clients that can work with us. So stay tuned for that special savings. Okay, and folks, there's another bonus that I'm going to reveal later that's really neat. So thus far, our top performing trial student made $97,000 during his free trial in March of 2020, while the stock market crashed over 35%. This is the exact image from the email that Ron in Wisconsin sent me on March 16th of 2020. Okay, so it's really cool, folks. And I know if you're on a cell phone, this will be small. But he made $97,019.89 during his one-time free trial. Same exact trial that you are on today, folks. Okay, and our goal is to stick money into your pocket safely. Now, let's see another fun email from a client of ours. Okay, so Ron was a potential client. Don was actually one of our clients and had scaled up how much capital he was using. Okay, so I want to highlight this really quick, folks. This is on March 16th. This is the worst market sell-off day we've had since 1929. And Don wrote me this email on that day. And he said, Dean, today was my first time in my years of trading that I topped $100,000 profit in one day. Thanks, Portfolio Builder. Sure beats the dividend stock program. Glad you showed me the correct way. Cheers, Donald Dickey. Now, Don was a client at the time, guys. Don started with, like most of our clients, he started small and scaled up. Okay. For Don specifically, folks, he used about 150,000 when he started, then scaled up to 300,000 with us, then went to 600,000, and then went well north of 7 figures as he developed more and more confidence. Pretty cool. And Don is still one of our clients that actually bought the system, paper traded it before he actually started deploying real capital, just because he was so interested in risk parity, and really Don wanted to learn the educational side of what we do too. So that's pretty cool. So now you'll probably want a refresher on what our clients have to say and track records before you test us out today. Okay. And guys, before we do that, I'm going to bring on a live testimonial for you, though. Okay. We've been super fortunate to find Jeff Olson, and I told Jeff when we first met, I think our paths crossed for a reason, and I was not joking, folks, and I know that probably sounds kind of hokey to you if you don't know me, but I wasn't kidding when I talked to Jeff. I just knew he was a really cool guy. Kind of funny, we've kind of become friends over time. But Jeff's one of our clients, guys. Okay. He's been a client of ours since April of 2020. Okay. Jeff has now made over 100% with us in just a year. Okay. And literally, guys, his cell phone number is sitting on your presentation right here. Okay. So you can call him directly. But Jeff, it looks like your microphone is open, bud. Would love to have you share your story. Really, Jeff, I mean, it's so important for these guys to hear where you failed too before meeting us, right? And where you struggled. And so if you can just relay with the the investors here today, kind of your background, Jeff, I think it would be really helpful for them.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for letting me join your call, and I'll take a few minutes of your time this morning. But I in the beginning, I read JD's one brief entry, and you'll find that our stories parallel quite a bit, JD. But before I met Dean, I had been trading in the market since 2008. Like a dartboard, all those financial descriptions I threw darts at, and I tried every single thing under the ledger there, including day trading, swing trading, marijuana stocks, options. Certainly, I can't think of some, but I lost about $25,000, and that's just on paying for these subscriptions and trying to find a way through, trying to make money and trying to learn. But I didn't do any of that. I treaded water for 12 years. And then, like JD, I hit March of 2020, and I was fully invested. At that point, I stayed in. I'm not one of the guys that likes to pull out. I rode that thing all the way to the bottom. I lost 40% of all of my money in the stock market. And I went to cash. I went silent. I cried. I licked my wounds. I finally went out there, though, but I kept the faith. And that's when Dean and I met. That's when our paths crossed. And there was a reason. And the reason was I needed help. And it turned out to be a blessing, because these guys have saved my financial backside, and I'll tell you where I'm at today. But how I got there was really enjoying listening to Jason talk about the risk parity, what you're going to hear about today, that no one in 12 years and $25,000 worth of money learning, no one ever talked about that. And now I'm intrigued. What do you mean, Jason? There's a way to have to hedge, and there's an insurance policy. I can buy an insurance policy of sorts in my portfolio. And the answer was yes. And so I kept putting more money in, and about 90 days in, I finally said, this is where I'm supposed to be. These guys have helped me a lot. I feel very comfortable where I'm at. I bought a lifetime subscription, and I didn't really have cash just sitting there to pay for that. I sold the stock, and I paid for my lifetime subscription. And then I'm all in, you guys. And so now I'm listening to Jason all and making these gains, and they're better gains than I'd ever made in the 12 years prior. At about, let's say, maybe Dean, correct me, maybe about 8 or I don't remember exactly. The first year, I think it was, I recovered my losses in the stock market, and now I'm on my way to making real gains again. And at about a year and a half, a year and 7 months, I had made 120%. 100% is a very conservative number. I made 100, maybe 122 I hit. Well, what I did do was hit enough that I decided I'm going to put my money where my mouth is and continue buying in to Portfolio Builder. And I joined Rebel Dividends. I sold some stock to pay for that. I don't like to say took profits. I just took some gains and I slid them into the new portfolio. And now I'm in Rebel Dividends as well, you guys. And so, sure, I suffered like everyone else. I don't consider myself unique. I'm just a guy heading for retirement. I live outside of Denver. My wife is 3 years from retirement. I'm just grinding away like everybody else. And I'm just fortunate to have found these guys. I stayed with them. I'm fully invested. Not $1, not one share of stock that's outside of Portfolio Builder, nothing today. And so that's my story. I'm long-winded. I apologize. If you'd like to chat, give me a call.
Awesome, Jeff. Man, such a cool story. And literally, Jeff, it's so neat when I think when people reach out to you. And I always think it's so funny because so many people have lost money with like Chuck Hughes or Raging Bull or you name Motley Fool, right? I think it's so funny because sometimes when people get on the phone with Jeff, that they find guys that they failed with the same other companies right before they met us, uh, and it's so cool to also heck the 122% return, Jeff. That's so cool. So many investors haven't even achieved that in their in the past decade or past 5 years or maybe even their lifetime, right? And Yeah, it's just so cool to see your evolution, bud, and to see what that looks like as well. Okay, awesome, guys. So does anyone have any questions for Jeff while we have him on the microphone here, guys? So Huey, JD, John, Ken, Ron, feel free to jump in there, guys. You can literally ask Jeff questions right now. And I understand if you want to call him one-on-one too, right? His number's on the screen. And let me give you that number for all of you that are just listening as you work or something. Okay, that number is 720-413-0783. Seriously, guys, give Jeff a call. Okay, get more involved with the Jeff story, and see how many of the same option products you guys lost money with. Right? It's kind of a fun process, honestly. Jeff definitely enjoys it. So, Jeff, I want to thank you kindly for your time. Now, Jeff, really quickly, do we pay you to come on here and talk about your results?
No, sir. No, I'm not compensated at all. I offered to do this because I wanted to say thank you for you guys saving me, and that's it. You've compensated me by me sticking in there and listening and doing what I'm told.
Awesome, Jeff.
It sounds hyperbolic and rah-rah, but it's true, and I don't mean to sound rah-rah. I don't.
No, yeah. Hey, Jeff, you're a super open and honest guy, and we appreciate that. So awesome, guys. So thank you so much, Jeff, for taking the time. We appreciate it. And folks, give him a call if you'd like to talk to Jeff one-on-one, 720-413-0783. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Now, unfortunately, I don't think we have Edgar on. But Edgar is one of our, so he's actually a client that turned team member. He's already made over $400,000 working with us this year. And unfortunately, he wasn't able to make the webinar today, but you guys can call Edgar and talk with him as well. Okay, guys. So welcome to Portfolio Builder. Welcome to the investing webinar. I really appreciate your time. And once again, folks, the name of my company is Portfolio Builder. Okay. And our website is portfoliobuilder.io. And this is our company logo right here, PB, for Portfolio Builder. Okay. So very good. And I want to just encourage you guys to save my personal mobile number to your phone now, or you can write it down if that's easiest for you. Okay. That number is 505-322-7515. And if you want to text me and say, hey, Dean, it's Ron, I'm in the webinar, or hey, Dean, it's JD, I'm in the webinar today, or hey, Dean, it's Ken, I'm in the webinar today, or, Huey or John, any of you guys want to text me, feel free, guys. But take just a minute to write that down. I just want to encourage you guys, if you have any questions, you can call me, okay, during your one-time free trial. It's really cool. So that number is 505-322-7515. All right. So very good. So we're all here today to get portfolios built out live, just like the marketing video that brought you into the free trial, guys. The whole point of what we do is to stick money into your pocket, let you try risk parity for the first time. Okay. And there's no cost to do this at all. Total number of positions in the portfolio today, folks, it's 4 assets. It's so simple. Okay. Now, what do you need to join our winning team? You're going to need 4 things in place, guys. You're going to need a brokerage account that you can make investment decisions within. You're going to need a cell phone. You're going to need 1 hour a year, and you're going to need the ability to read text messages and email. Okay, that's it. What's the number one unknown risk to U.S. investors today, folks? It is cash in your account. Cash is trash, as Ray Dalio has famously said. And I've taught this line to literally thousands of people now. But it could not be more true, guys. Cash is such trash, right? And so many people I talk to every single day, day in, day out, do not understand that cash values are losing 15%. I actually just talked to a guy yesterday that said, "Hey, Dean, I've been watching your webinars now for months, and I've been sitting on 1.2 million in cash, and I did the math on it the other day, and it really got me motivated actually to get it to work, and I wanted to get it to work safely." So it's pretty cool. So he's now one of our clients, but got that call out of the blue the other day from one of our presentation guys. But it's trash. Look, the 93-year value of cash is dropped at 99%. Okay. Conversely, the value of the S&P 500 has risen 17,500% plus. Okay, so cash is trash, assets are king. Okay, so did you know your cash is burning up sitting in your brokerage or bank account? Why? Because the Federal Reserve is printing money at the fastest pace in US history. You can leave your hard-earned money in the fire, or you can learn to invest it safely today. Okay, we'll now run a poll to help you really understand what your cash fire is today. So please go ahead and select a response from that poll, folks. So that just launched into your Zoom technology there. Okay, this poll is going to be 100% anonymous, folks. No one's going to know what your cash fire is, okay, or why you have your cash fire, okay? But there's going to be 2 questions in there that are really critical for you to respond to, okay? And the first one is, investors, it's critically important to review how much cash the Federal Reserve is burning in your ecosystem. Let's seriously think about the cash you have sitting in your brokerage/bank accounts today in this exercise, and please select a response below. So if you have less than 25,000, select that answer. If you have 25,000 to 50,000 in cash, select that answer. If you have 50 to 100, select that. If you have 100 to 200,000, select that. 200,000 to 500,000, select that. If you have $500,000 to $1 million, that cash fire is bigger, select that. If you have $1 to $5 million or more, and the cash fire guys, go ahead and select that answer as well. Okay. Now, second question is, why are you letting your cash burn today? Okay. The number one answer I've had in 2020 is I honestly had no idea inflation is burning my cash at the fastest pace in US history. Okay. It's really cool. I created that question actually in January before the media was talking about it in 2021, but now the media is actually talking about inflation. So that's cool. And so that's changing up the metrics here at this point in the year. But it's really neat, guys. So that's the first response. The next one is, I'm looking for a safe portfolio or system to invest with currently. That's actually been leading over the past 2 months. Okay, is the number one response. And then also, a lot of people will come to us because they had big losses in 2000, 2008, and Q1 2020. They're just hesitant due to the big losses, and I get it, guys. Look, as JD and I were talking about earlier, look, if you're with someone like JP Morgan, you can't even have a defensive side of your portfolio. The investment advisor won't allow it. It's against company policy. And I think that is nuts. Okay. And so that's how we're changing the investment world today. All right, guys. So really neat rule here from Warren Buffett. Okay. Rule number 1, never lose money. Rule number 2, don't forget rule number 1. Don't forget those rules is what I'm going to tell you. Okay. Time is your friend. Impulse is your enemy. Take advantage of compound interest and don't be captivated by the siren song of the market. Okay, that's from Warren Buffett. We love to sleep like babies at night, knowing we're using risk management to protect our hard-earned nest eggs. Proper risk management provides consistency and reduces stress. Okay. Now, JD, I know you're one of those guys that got nailed right in 2020, and thank you for sharing that with the group. Right, this is going to help. Your sharing that is going to make this presentation better for everyone today. So what I'm going to do here, folks, is I'm simply going to trace out the S&P 500. Okay, and I want to show you how when it tanks, right, when the market crashes or when it corrects, okay, and we just got a crash, a major crash, actually in 2020, folks. The S&P 500 losing, okay, 35% of its value in a span of 4 weeks was the fastest it's gone down since 1929, since we had the Great Depression. Okay, so the S&P 500, once again, folks, we just drew that out with the green color. Now, what I'm gonna do is draw out UVXY. Okay, so this is an asset you can put in your stock portfolio today, guys, in seconds. You don't have to trade options. You don't have to short anything. You don't have to do any type of stupid, crazy high commission strategy with options or anything like that. Okay. Just buy this simple ETF, hold it. okay, and the right ratios. We're going to show you exactly what ratio we recommend before the end of the presentation here today, guys. But I just want to show you how these two assets have inverse reactions to one another, okay? So it's pretty cool. Let's take a look at 2 frames in time, okay? Now, this crash, guys, was March, okay, of 2020, and this frame, folks, was November and December of 2018, okay? Now, I'm gonna go ahead and draw that up here too, just so you guys all have a visual on that. Getting quite a few incoming calls, so we'll probably sell our 3 spots pretty quickly here today. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, so we have 2018 and 2020, all right? Now, it's really important to know the losses that were incurred on the S&P 500. So 2018 lost 22%. A lot of people don't realize this, but Apple got almost cut in half. It lost about 47% in that drop, okay? Now in 2020, folks, it lost 35%. So this is the beauty of risk parity. And during that move, folks, okay, and I'm gonna clear that off just so we don't have so many things on the screen here. Okay, we don't want you guys to be too distracted, right? We want to focus on the core points here. But UVXY, okay, what we're using today is our volatility hedge. From this point here to this point here, that asset moved up 1,187%. No joke, okay? So even if you have a small hedge in place, guys, you can actually make money from a stock crash, okay? Yeah, and JD typed in, the big guys can hedge through, but not the little people like us. Yeah, no, it's as JD was talking about earlier, guys, and as we were talking about, the financial advisors can't give you hedging, okay? They can't give you a defensive position because it's against company policy. The only way you can get professional money management like that is to where someone takes control of your capital. We're not going to take control, okay? But we're going to design everything. All you have to do is replicate. Now, you definitely can go to a hedge fund, give them $5 million, okay, and pay them 2% management fee and 20% performance, okay, to do that for you, okay. But guys, you're not going to have to do that with us, and we're not going to have an ongoing fee. It's a one-time flat fee on our lifetime rate. It's really, really cool, okay. Very, very good. And so Jeff typed into the chat box there. He said, "Call me if you'd like to talk about PB from a client perspective." Safe trading, Jeff. Awesome, Jeff. Thank you, bud, for hopping in. Killer job, and just sharing your story. Incredible. All right, guys. So now that we understand that we can safely grow capital, okay, let's show you some more proof, though. Okay, so you already heard from Jeff, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. But many non-billionaire investors don't understand hedging risk, aka long positions. However, this is what helps our investors sleep like babies at night. In fact, some of our biggest gains have been delivered by existing hedging for massive profits when the market tanks. So let's review some proof from our clients together, and we'll also review our track records, okay? So what I'm gonna do now, folks, is go over to our testimonials page. And John, if you can type in the testimonials page link into the chat box so the clients can go there too, that would be greatly appreciated. Okay, guys, so I'm actually going to refresh this here so we get all the testimonials refreshed. And you can go here by going to portfoliobuilder.io/testimonials. And now what we're going to do here, folks, is simply take a look at a few of them. Okay, and then there's tons of them on here, guys, but I'm going to focus on 2 just really, really quickly here today. Okay, we're going to hear from Mark in Dallas, and then we'll hear from Scotty in New York. Mark, how much are you up today, bud?
I'm up 83,000 today.
Yeah, baby.
And that's on top of 39 yesterday.
Woohoo!
35 yesterday.
Awesome, Mark. I love it, bud. Yeah, it was, I keep getting text messages from clients saying, "Hey, should we duck out of TLT?"
Awesome. Yeah. Hey, thank you, because I would not be in this positions if it weren't for you. I'd probably be losing money today.
I love it, Mark. Well, hey, bud, I told you we're gonna take the thrill out of the market for you. So guys, it's kind of funny. I've told people in the past, and I'll tell people again today. Look, guys, risk parity will take a lot of that thrill out of the market for you. And look, if you have a lot of money in the market, you probably don't want a thrill. Okay, you've probably been there and done that. But guys, we got that testimonial from Mark. Okay, on March 16th, that same day, guys, the S&P 500 lost almost $1 trillion in value. But that day, at its peak, it was down 14%. Okay. Same exact day that Mark made 100, well, I guess over the span of 2 days, made a nice return over $103,000. Pretty cool. Okay. And you guys already saw that Donald already made over 100 grand. Okay. And I'm going to play Scotty's really quick too. This is a really cool one.
What this is achieving for me in terms of my goals long term is the consistent growth that we're seeing each week, the simplicity of it, and then the confidence that I have in looking at your track record. It's something that we publish every day. I went through my own daily performance tying out to what you had. And then the biggest piece of it is the macro view that you provide, which not only makes me happy just because I'm really interested in the financial markets, but it also gives me the confidence in the long-term strategy of what this program offers.
So pretty cool, guys. Okay. So we don't want to bore you with all the clients bragging about what they like, okay, or making money. So let's go ahead and take a look at our track records now, guys, because that's a question I get on a lot of phone calls, okay? And they say, well, Dean, what have you done in 2021, right? It sounds good, but what did you do in 2021? So our most aggressive strategy, guys, we call it the high risk, high return portfolio, okay, has returned 298.45%, okay? And as JD commented on earlier, JD, what was the actual comment? Was it a lifetime with the financial advisor? You might get that. I can't remember the exact. And JD, if you have your microphone, bud, we'd love to hear from you. 100 years is what he said. 100 years. Yeah, that's hilarious, JD. I love it. So yeah, guys, JD was joking earlier, and he said, you wouldn't achieve that return in maybe 100 years. And he's laughing in the chat box there. I love it. That's great, JD. All right, guys. So just want to write it bigger on the screen for you, just in case you're watching the replay on a cell phone, or if you're watching this presentation on a cell phone. It's 298.45%. Okay, now, if you have a ton of capital in the market, guys, you're probably saying, whoa, Dean, that's too aggressive. I don't want to be that aggressive. Guys, I get it. Okay. That's our most aggressive strategy. We have 4 portfolios. Okay. Now, this has been wildly popular and very similar to what we actually learned from Jeff Olson. And hybriding our portfolios together was something that we literally didn't even know our clients were doing until Jeff told us that's what he was doing. And guys, we've been able to achieve amazing results for our clients doing that as well. Okay. So I want to point this out, guys. This is the 90-10 blend. Okay, it's year to date is 38.24%, massively outperforming the S&P 500, just massively outperforming it with less drawdown. Okay, literally with less drawdown. Okay, than the S&P 500. And this is where we take 90% of the capital, you put it in our pro. Okay, that's our most defensive strategy. It mimics Ray Dalio's setup. Okay, the godfather of risk parity that's made more money for clients than anyone on earth. Okay, and then 10% goes into the high risk. Okay, and just beautiful results, guys. Once again, that's 10% into the high risk, 90% in our safest, most diversified strategy, guys. Okay, 38.24%, had less volatility than the S&P 500. Really cool too, guys. To show you a good example of that, right? Everyone probably still has September fresh in their memory. S&P 500 dropped. Oops, used the wrong color there. Let's see here. S&P 500 dropped literally 5% in September. Okay, we had less volatility. It dropped 5.02% in the month of September, right? Once again, folks, we had less volatility. Our pullback was 3.5%. So mitigating risk and outperforming. It's a beautiful hybrid. Okay. And a lot of our clients, folks that are using 6, 7, 8 figures behind us, they're using that exact 90-10 setup. Okay. Some of them that want to take on more risk are doing the 80-10 setup so they can increase their performance. Okay. It's pretty cool. And you guys can plug and play and scale with that all you'd like as clients. You'll get access to our position calculator. Okay. That way you can literally plug and play and scale all you'd like. And we'll pull that up here in just a few minutes to build out your portfolios. Okay, cool. So very, very good, team. All right. So, all right, we got you the track records. Okay. And, just important to understand some of the nuances, right, of the track record. Now, you've heard from our client, Jeff Olson, that's made a great return working with us. Plus, you have his number to call with any questions. Let's listen to a few more client reviews together so you can truly understand what it feels like to join our winning team. Okay, but you guys already did that. Okay. Now, I want to introduce you all to my team. Okay. So this is the front side of the organization anyways. Okay. And then we really need to get a picture of Victor up here too. He's actually Jason's father. He's our dedicated support specialist. But this is my team here, folks. Okay. And I want to talk about my team because I'm really, really proud of who they are as people and what they've been able to help investors achieve. Okay. First, guys, I'm going to talk about our founder and my business partner. That's Jason Cox. Okay. He's our founder and our chief investment officer, folks. Incredibly intelligent human being. His ability to take an extremely complex problem and be able to solve it or find a solution is more impressive than any other human I know. That's part of why I'm a business partner with him, guys. That's definitely the main reason he is our chief investment officer. Okay. Now, folks, I'm going to introduce you to myself. My name is Dean Gallagher. Okay, and I know it's so weird for me to even say that, introduce you to myself. But I'm the chief investment consultant with the firm, folks. I've had a blast helping clients understand what risk parity is and get it built out so they don't have to go give a hedge fund $5 million. And folks, it doesn't matter if you have 25 grand to invest, right? Or 2.5 million, we can help. Okay. And we can customize to your exact capital structure. Okay. Ryan, guys, you won't hear from him too much, but he's the guy that makes everything so easy for you all to follow. Okay. And he works kind of behind the scenes, and he's our chief technical director. Okay. Also, guys, Edgar and John, what cool people. So proud of them. Guys, we needed some extra help. Our company kind of grew faster than we had anticipated this year. So we've for 2021, we brought John and Edgar on, and they have done just an incredible job. John's actually helped people make over $1 million already, guys. Edgar has as well. Okay. And they're also investment consultants. Guys, they have their own money behind our portfolios. Okay. So just really cool. You're not going to call some guy that's going to be in some call center for JP Morgan that's going to set up an appointment for you. Guys, literally, when we reach out to you, we have a vested interest in our portfolios. We have a vested interest in your success. Okay. And I want you guys to know that. Okay. That's really important for me to relay here in the webinar. All right. So now that you know how we perform and understand why our clients happily pay for our service, let's get you a portfolio to test so we can stick some money into your pocket. Okay. If you'd like an exact amount to test drive, just let me know. Okay. All you need to do is buy the exact number of shares we recommend in your brokerage account. This way you can get the best assets to own immediately and test drive risk parity for the first time. It will take less than 5 minutes to set it up, guys. Okay. You now understand the safety and the fact that cash is trash. So how much would you like to test drive with us? Let us know if you want to test drive. And it doesn't matter, folks, if it's 50,000, 100,000, 250,000, $500,000 or $2 million. Just let us know and we'll get you the portfolio. Okay. So to get your massively bullish portfolio, okay, that is going to be hedged the second you build it out, it's going to be counterbalanced. Okay. Simply type in the following information to the chat box: the amount you'd like to start making money with, number 2, your cell phone and your email, and number 3, your full name. Okay, so that's it, guys. So go ahead and type in the chat box: number 1, the amount of capital you'd like to start making money with; number 2, your cell phone and your email, and number 3, your full name. Okay, very, very good. Okay, team. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to exit that screen just a hair. Okay, and I'm going to leave that up on the screen here. Okay, and then I'm going to go over to our website. Okay, and I'm going to get you guys actually logged in here. Okay, so you guys can get a sneak peek of what it looks like to be a client here. Okay, so I'm going to go over to my website. And once again, folks, just to get everything ready, start typing in your the amount of capital you'd like to start making money with, the cell phone and email, so we can send you the portfolio build out, and your full name. Okay, so start typing that into the chat box, guys. What I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go inside of our website and show you what that looks like. Okay, and I'm going to take you guys into the position calculators. So very good. So now I'm in our position calculator here. Okay, see the different portfolios there. And what I'm going to do, folks, is we don't want to distract you with the other portfolios. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is simply do a little drawing on the screen. Okay, so you're not distracted by all the different portfolios we have. Okay, so very good. Now, folks, what I'm going to do is simply type in the numbers, right? So JD, I know you wanted to build out a portfolio, but just let me know how much you'd like to test. Okay, Ken, John, Steve, Lan, feel free to type in, guys. Okay, and just let us know. Right now, it currently has a notional investment up for 100,000, and I can recalculate that there. So if you want to test 100, okay, you can do that. If you want to test 250,000, you can do that. If you want to start with just 50 grand, hey guys, we can do that for you. Any amount that you have sitting in cash in your brokerage account, okay, or any amount that you already know you're gonna sell some stock anyways, and you're just looking for a better strategy to put it behind that capital, just let me know, guys, what that is. Okay, and it's really cool because in here, what's going to happen is the number of shares is going to change up. Okay, and you'll see the tickers and why we're buying them over here. You're going to see the asset allocation next to that. But guys, that's how you build out 50,000 bucks. So easy. You have your crash insurance, right, at 4.37% weighting. Okay, and you know exactly how many shares to buy. The cost is completely irrelevant. With ETHE, you're going to be buying a 61% position. Okay, you're going to buy 748 shares. With NRG, or oil and gas position, you're going to have a 26% position. And you're going to buy 72 shares. Okay, rare earth metals, we got to counterbalance that long side asset risk with the unstoppable growth of technology that's absolutely being powered by Ethereum on a global basis here. Number one way, guys, to hedge the unstoppable growth of technology growing for the rest of our lives, right, is best way, guys, literally, is to own the rare earth metals it takes to produce all technology components. Okay, because that is the number one threat to the parabolic growth of and continued parabolic growth of technology, simply having the materials to build it. That's it. Nothing else is stopping it. Okay. And it's funny because the tech giants now own our governments and our central banks, and the whole system's rigged. Right. So, but how do we make money from the crazy new world? Well, folks, this is how we're going to do it, and take on the most risk doing it. Now, why do we give you our most aggressive strategy, folks, during the webinar? Because we know that's going to make you the most money from now until Christmas. Okay. We also know it's going to make you the most money next year as well. All right. So yeah, guys, just let us know how much you'd like to test drive. We'll get your portfolio built out and we'll send it over to you. Okay. So very good. So far, I haven't seen anyone type in there the amount that they'd like to test drive. Okay, it might be your first webinar for quite a few of you. Okay, but just whenever you're ready, guys, type in. We'll get you a portfolio built so I can stick some money into your pocket. That's the whole point of the free trial. Okay, Very good. And Ken, John, JD, Alexander, if you all have any questions, go ahead and unmute your microphone. Let us know what those questions are, guys. We'd be more than happy to help you. Okay, so I'm going to clear off these drawings really quick, folks. Okay, I'm going to open this up just a hair. And what we're going to do is go to this. Okay, very good. And then once again, I'm just going to put this up so you guys don't get distracted by the portfolios that we're not going to give you for free during the free trial, but we are going to give you our most aggressive. Okay, so very good. Okay, John wants to do 100,000. Awesome, John. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, John, is type in the 100,000. And John, if you can, bud, type in your email and your cell phone number, okay? And then we will be able to email that to you and send it to you in a text message, okay? And John, my investment consultant, is going to send that to you as I'm getting this ready for you, okay? All right, and go ahead and that, okay. Very good. And so what we're going to do is send over John's portfolio for 100,000. Awesome, John. You're definitely going to make a lot of money with this. I love when people come in with strong allocations. Okay. And we've had people use, folks, literally from like 25,000 up to, we had one gentleman use, I think still as our record was 1.3 million and build out, and he made a lot. Okay. So very good. Awesome, John. Very good. So we have all your information, John, and you now have your $100,000 build out in the chat box there. And John Johnson, my investment consultant, is going to send that to you via email and via text message. Now, just really quick, John Gorey, do you have any questions on this, bud? You know what? It might be easier actually if I jump over to this one so you guys can see it a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll jump over to this one. Okay. So this is the one I use on my side, but we're going to actually give you guys access to the position calculator inside of the website. Okay, but this is the one Jason and I use. Okay, this is the administrative side one. Okay, so very cool. And so John's going to be able to see, folks, right, the number of shares. He's going to be able to see the tickers. Okay, and if it's a defense or if it's an offense. Okay, and I'm going to use purple to highlight our defensive ticker. Okay, with UVXY, we have that in place for our crash. Okay, in case we get a crash, we don't think a crash is coming. Okay, and this our crooks in charge of the destruction of the dollar are trapped. They're forced to keep rates low, guys. We're going to see a hell of a melt up, or continued heck of a melt up, I should say. Okay. So very good. And so you'll see what the long side assets are here. Okay. And once again, we have ETHE is a great way to buy Ethereum simply with your stock account in seconds. We love to hedge that with dual hedging here, right? So we want to hedge it with value. Oil and gas companies, the top oil and gas companies are actually still trading at a 15-year discount right now. That's a buy. That's a value side. And guys, you're going to make money from inflation, and it's going to protect your growth side on Ethereum all at the same time. It's really cool. It's kind of a tri-pronged position, I should say. Okay. Rare earth metals, guys. Once again, what can potentially stop the growth of Ethereum, right? We got to think about the risks on these long side assets, not just the reward. You got to think about the risks if you're really smart too. Okay. And so we do that obsessively. And how do we eliminate the biggest threat to technology continuing to grow? Well, guys, that's by owning the rare earth metal miners that pull it all out of the ground so they can make technology. Okay. And then once again, we hedge the technology with value. Okay. And bingo. It's just 4 assets, guys. Okay, 3 on the long side, and this is also another inflation play too. Okay, so it's simple, but it's really, really genius. And I don't create this, guys. Jason creates this. Okay, our chief investment officer. Now on the defense side, Okay. We want to have our crash or our insurance. Okay. We call it crash insurance. Okay. Just call it what it is. It's a 4% position, guys. Okay. And that way we counterbalance all of the long side risk. And guess what? If we get a crash, we'll make money from it again. It's really cool. Or if we get a correction, so corrections more than 15% on the S&P 500, if we get that, guys, we've had the ability to make money in that. Crashes, we make more money. Okay. And then the coolest thing is, guys, when you have a crash, you make a lot of money from it. Guess what? You now have more money to go stick into the long side. Pretty cool. Awesome. Okay, let's see here. David, I know you just joined us, bud. What we're doing right now, David, is building out our most aggressive portfolio. Okay, so you guys can test drive this, and so I can stick some money into your pocket. It's really cool. We're kind of explaining that the counterbalancing, and Alexander, David, JD, John, Ken, if you all have any questions, please go ahead and jump in, folks. All of your microphones are unmuted. You all can jump in, ask questions on the portfolio. Love to hear the questions. The more questions you ask, the more you're going to understand what we're doing and why. Okay, cool. Very, very good. Now, JD, do you have any questions, bud? Let's see here. David, Alexander. Hey, JD, how's it going?
Pretty good. I'm looking at those ETFs, and it seems, are we getting in like at the top? No.
I get that question every single day, JD. JD.
Yeah, I apologize. I'm not, I'm not that
No.
familiar with them.
No, and it's going to be super helpful for everyone. So I love that you asked that. Okay, and keep the questions coming. Okay, so guys, with this play in Ethereum, so sure, it's high. JD, I'm up multi-1,000% on my original Ethereum investment. You know what I'm doing today with Ethereum? I'm buying more of it.
Buying the dips.
No, every time I have capital ready to go at the beginning of every month that I pull from my different income sources, I just allocate it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, as we were coming through July and August, I know September is historically the biggest pullback month in the market in the last 50 years. Yeah, I saved money for 2 months to nail that in September. Only time of the year I do it. Okay. Otherwise, JD, look, I'm counterbalanced on my assets. I don't care about getting exact entries and exits, right? That's more of like the get rich quick like psychology, right? From you get from like a technical analysis system or something. With risk parity, literally, guys, you're counterbalanced the entire time. So the second you enter the portfolio, you've already got all your risk covered. Okay. And look, I don't want to take the chance, JD, of waking up and Ethereum being up 12% again. Okay. To potentially get a 2% or 3% pullback day. My risk is greater to me to lose out on the next 12% up day. Right. That's a bigger threat in my mind than getting a 3% discount or something. But while you're talking about that, JD, look, Ethereum hasn't pulled back often, especially this time of year. Couple things to note, right? So JD, beautiful question, by the way, too, bud. Okay, this is gonna be such a good webinar because you asked that. So Ethereum, guys, JD asked, hey, is it too high? Well, recently, folks, Ethereum, I was just doing this in the webinar. ETHE has been up at a peak of 275% for the year. Okay, let's see what it is today, JD, because it has pulled back from last Monday to today. It's actually seen one of its bigger pullbacks. So let me see what the year to date is here. Yeah, it's at 241%. Okay, so I'm gonna go back over here. So instead of on last Monday, right, its peak performance was 275%. It's now at 241%. So it's pulled back substantially in the past week. And that's a dip opportunity that I was telling clients to buy on Monday. It's a dip opportunity as well today. JD, really great, good for you to know. We have a $20,000 price target on Ethereum for 2022. Okay, and we started officially announcing that on Monday. That's more than 300% higher than it is right now. Okay. So once again, we don't want you to lose out, and and I get it. If you're just buying Ethereum by itself, you might want to wait for the exact moment, right, to enter. But when you're counterbalancing all of your long side asset risk and you're entering it in a perfect balance, I don't care, right, about perfect dips. And what I would tell you is, look, it was 275% up for the year last Monday. It's 270 or 241% at this point. That's a dip. If I had more cash to allocate today, I'd be buying with both hands. Okay, but I already entered first week of this month with my extra capital. Okay. And I'm super happy I did that. Okay, cool. And John Gorey said he's back. Awesome, John. And JD, any follow-up questions to that, bud? Oh, and then also JD on NRGU. Okay. This is still trading at a literally. So NRGU is trading about $850 a share 2 years ago. It's trading, what is it today? I think it was like kind of high
178.
180s. Yeah,
178. Yeah.
Oh, huge pullback. That was trading 230 a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I looked at that $800. It was no stock split. No, back
Nope.
then. Was it
No,
really
sir.
$800?
Like I said, that oil and gas play is still at a 15-year discount as far as what it's trading for earnings per share. It 15-year discount still. So yeah, incredible opportunity. REMX guys had a much bigger run last commodity super cycle we had. Great to know too, JD. We started our commodity super cycle basically June of last year. It was in its beginning stages of the formation. Commodity super cycles, historically speaking, over the past 500 years that we've looked at, they lasted at least 3 to 5 years. Sometimes they go 8. Are you maybe a year late to the party? Sure. Does that mean the party's over? Heck no. It's still going to get a lot better before it's over. Okay, and we'll tell you when it's over. That's our job, right? To tell you how to get in and out of the assets at the right times. Okay, cool. John Gorey, love to hear your questions, bud. I see your microphone's open. How's it going?
Oh, it's good. I'm kind of busy. I'm running around here because I got to get leaving for the day. But I'm looking forward to talking to you guys and checking into this more in depth when I get a chance.
Awesome, John. Yeah, look forward to that. Do you have my cell phone number, John?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I kept it. Yeah.
Okay, perfect, bud. Yeah, give me a call. Look forward to it.
Cool. Hey, thank you very much. Now I'm going to go.
All right, John. Thank you for joining us, bud. Enjoy your day.
You're welcome. Hey, thank you. Bye now.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. So whoever would like to get a portfolio, and JD, I'd love to get a portfolio built out for you, bud. And look, JD, even if you want to start with 20 grand or 25 grand to limit how much money you're going to make until the end of the year, look, I could, whatever you guys are comfortable testing with, I'm happy to get you the portfolio allocation for. Okay. Very good. And so just want to show you guys how all these numbers change up. Okay. In our position calculator. So it's really cool. You guys will get access to this as clients. So you can enter, 24,000. Let's say that's what you have in cash in one of your accounts, folks. You enter the 25,000. It changes up how many shares that you buy of each asset, right? So it's really cool to see and be able to take advantage of, right? And what I'll do, folks, is just do a little drawing here. Okay, so you can really zoom in and see how the share ratios change up as we change up the dollar amount. Okay, and the beautiful thing is, guys, is it keeps you in perfect balance when you enter and when you exit. So we're gonna do a cool little session here. So let's say you put $25,000 or $24,000 to work here. Okay, and let's say that it's let's say a year down the road, you've made a really nice return. You want to pull out let's say 5 grand to take you and your family on the vacation of a lifetime. Type in that 5 grand, folks. Look, it's going to recalculate everything right here for you under the share column. Okay. And guess what? And I'm just going to kind of highlight this here with my markers. Okay. And, maybe you want to buy your 16-year-old kid or grandkid their first car, right? So you want to pull out 12,000 in profits. Well, enter 12,000. That'll change up the number of shares for you. And that way, folks, you can enter in perfect balance and you also exit in perfect balance when you need to take some money off the table. Okay. JD says, do you buy the same ratio of shares as your clients? No, JD, full disclosure, bud, I do not use the downside protection. I'm only 37 and I probably have 5 decades ahead of me. I'm taking on as much risk as I possibly can. So yeah, but look, JD, if you tell me, hey, Dean, I'm 55 years old. I'm looking at retirement in 10 years. I'm going to tell you to be more cautious, right? And you're going to need that downside protection position. The majority of my clients, JD, are over 65 years old. Okay. So yeah, we build these portfolios for them. Okay. I like to get a little bit more return, but I understand I have at least 3 to 5 decades ahead of me. So I'm okay with just absorbing a little bit more volatility. Okay. So yeah, great question, bud. And no, I don't run any of the defensive side aspects. Okay. Yep. No, I buy more. Yep. But hey, when I'm retired, JD, you better bet, right? Or even when I get near to retirement, you better bet I'm going to have that downside protection in. Okay. Great question, bud. Very, very good. Let's see if anyone else has questions. Great webinar here today. Alexander, David, Ken, JD, any follow-up questions, bud? And feel free to unmute your mic too, JD. I love to get the live interaction, bud. So fun for me. COVID killed me. I'm such a people person. It was tough for me to not go out and see people and shake hands and see my friends and loved ones and stuff for a while. So yeah, it was a bummer. Okay, cool. Okay. JD said he just got back to his desk, so he can't unmute. Okay, cool. No worries, team. Okay, so very good. So we got that covered. Okay, and absolutely look forward to seeing how much you all make with those setups. Okay, I'm gonna put one more on the screen here, guys, for $50,000, just in case you want to test out 50 grand. Okay, but you're being shy. I get it. That's the exact number of shares you'd buy. So if you have your cell phone, just take a picture of that, guys. Okay. If you want to do 250,000, take out your cell phone, take a picture of it. Okay. And actually what I'll need to do is actually just erase a few of these so you can see the exact ratios. There we go. Simple, guys. Really, really simple. Look, guys, it takes us about 7,000 hours a year of market monitoring to produce the assets we have in the portfolio at the time. It's going to take you literally less than an hour a year to replicate our hard work. Okay. For your benefit, you and your family's benefit. Okay. And the coolest thing is too, guys, look, you can use this portfolio. You could put your wife's portfolio behind it, right? It's just really cool because you guys can literally, put every single account type you have behind what we do. It's really cool. It's a flat fee. It's good for one per household. So really cool. And a lot of our clients, even if they do our least aggressive stuff, they're putting their kids and their grandkids in our more aggressive strategies. Okay. So now, guys, it's time for you to build out the portfolio so we can stick some money into your account safely. Now, let's go build some portfolios to help you all invest like billionaires today. It's all about getting the best assets and hedging risk. This is the long-term billionaires approach to investing. Bonus alert, folks. Get a free one-on-one session with Jason Cox, our Chief Investment Officer, when you join our team today. This is a $2,000 value, free, when you upgrade today. We have a flat fee structure that will save you and your family literally tens of thousands of dollars or possibly even hundreds of thousands depending on your investment capital. Welcome to a one-time, lifetime fee that doesn't scale with your profits. Okay, now just saving you money isn't the best part. We're also going to educate you and meet with you twice a week in our client webinars. This way, you actually learn everything we understand. Then you can relay this knowledge to your kids and your grandkids to create many generations of wealth. Okay, the value we offer, folks, We spend over 7,000 hours a year monitoring markets. Okay. We send you trade alerts. We're going to tell you when to buy and when to sell the assets we have in the portfolio currently. Okay. You're only going to see that once you sign up as a client, right? And you're only going to get that market monitoring as a client. The bi-weekly webinars to stay 100% in line with our chief investment officer is going to be provided as a client. And the position calculator, folks, so you can scale up investments or take exact profits and stay in balance, will also be provided once you are on our team. Okay. So make sure to save my number so you can call me to ask any questions. That's 505-322-7515. Okay. Just important note, guys, we only allow 3 clients to join our team each day. All right. Now, guys, just really quick, we only allow 3 clients to join our team. Okay. So if you're in the seminar now, and guys, just if you have less than $100,000, I want you to write John Johnson's number down to give him a call. Okay. That's 505-610-1334. If you have more than $500,000 total, folks, give me a call, 505-322-7515. Folks, here's to health, happiness, and wealth. We look forward to helping you with the latter of those 3. Absolutely an honor to host you all here in the webinar today. Look forward to seeing how much you all make from those portfolios. If you have any questions, you know who to call. Okay, if you have less than $500,000, give John a call. His number is on the screen right now, 505-610-1334. If you have over $500,000, folks, give me a call, 505-322-7515. Thank you kindly for your time and attention, folks. We hope you had a great time in the seminar today, and we look forward to speaking with you one-on-one. Call us when you're ready for that one-on-one call. Thank you kindly for your time. Have a great day.